A very common real-world use case for calculating the difference between two dates is measuring how long something took to complete. Now, for example, a company may want to know how many days it takes to ship customer orders, or an HR department wants to know how long job candidates stay in the hiring process. And as you can see here on the middle right, these are some examples along with other examples on why it's important that we learned how to calculate the difference between two dates, but also what other KPIs rely on that information. So today we're going to talk about a business scenario for customer order processing. And it's a retail company that wants to analyze how many days orders take to ship, which orders are delayed, the average processing time, and also we want to know the fastest and slowest shipments. So today we're going to learn how to do all this in Power Query in Excel, but we're also going to build out a KPI table within Power Query also. So let's get into this. Over here we have a small little data set here, and what we could do is highlight the range and go up to data and click on this little icon here that represents a table. So that means from table or range. And we're going to click OK. And then this brings up a Power Query and it shows our table here. So our first order right now is, let's rename this query, go over to the right, and let's just call this orders. And now what we want to do is we want to add a few columns here first before we build out a KPI table. So we want to figure out the days to ship. So what we want to do is we want to click on the ship date first, and the order that you click is important also. So we want to take the ship date, we want to control click the order date, and we want to come up to here to add column, and we want to go to date over here from date and time group. Click on that, and we want to subtract the days. So this calculation just basically subtracts the ship date and the order date, and this gives us a number here, how many days it took to ship. So you could see it started on 5/1, it took 2 days to ship. So now let's rename this column to something useful called days to ship. Okay, now we want to figure out which orders were delayed, and this particular company, fictitious company, has particular logic that goes with that. So what we want to do is we want to add a conditional column. We want to call this something like delayed, and we want to come over here and use the days to ship column that we just calculated, and we're gonna, anything that's greater than 3, that means if it took greater than 3 days to ship, okay, we're gonna put a yes in this column, otherwise it's gonna be no, and click OK. So as you can see, anything that was greater than 3, we get a yes in this delayed column. So now we got those two columns. So now let's build our mini KPI table that answers certain questions. And what we could do is, what we want to do is we want to duplicate this query over here, right click and duplicate. And we're just going to call this KPIs right now. And our first KPI is we want to calculate the average processing time. So what we could do is then we could transform our table here. Let's go up to transform, and we want to go to statistics, and we want to calculate first of all, before we do that, we must select days to ship column, because we want to get the average ship time. So we want to be able to select this column and then go up to transform statistics, and we want to select the average time. Now this gives us a single value, but we want to create these KPIs in the table. So what we could do is here is, if you look up here on the menu, you have two transform menu items. What we want to select is the one in the far right, transform, and then we want to convert this to a table. So you can come over here and click on that. Now we got a single value row with a column name. And so what we want to do is double click on this. Let's call this value. Press enter. And now we want to create another column called metric. And what we do is we want to go up to add column, create custom column. We want to call it metric. And then tab into this. And all we're going to be doing is we want to give it a certain value. And so we're going to put it in double quotes, and it's just going to be a text value, and it's going to be called processing average processing time, and click OK. And so now we got these two columns. Now we want to reorder this, and all you do is left click on this and drag it over here to make this the first column. So we got that. So we got this mini little table that shows us the average processing time. Now what we want to do is we want to create another table, a mini table, that adds other KPIs, which is our fastest shipment, our slowest shipment, and any delayed orders. So what we want to do is we want to, again, right click on this, duplicate this, and let's call this fastest shipment. Okay, press enter. And now how do we go ahead and do the fastest shipment? Okay, this again, we want to select days to ship column over here. We go up to transform statistics, and our fastest shipment means that the less time it took to ship our product is their fastest shipment. So we want to select minimum. So this again gives us a single value. Let's convert this to a table, transform here, convert this to a table. We want to double click on this and call this value. Press enter, and now we want to do add custom column metric. And we want to call this fastest shipment. Click OK. Let's reorder the column. Again, left click and drag over to the left. And now we want this. And you'll understand why we're doing all this, because at the end, we're going to take these mini little queries and append them all together so it creates one single table for us. Now let's calculate the slowest shipment. Again, right click, duplicate query. Let's click on days to ship. Again, let's go up to transform, statistics, and we want the maximum this time. So this is the slowest shipment. This particular one took 6 days to ship. Again, it creates a single value. Let's convert this to a table. Double click on this. Let's call this value. Enter. Add a column, custom column. Let's call this metric. And let's give it the value slowest shipment. Let's reorder the column. Okay. Now let's find the next KPI, which is delayed orders. And we get how many delayed orders were there. So let's do this same way. Let's rename this query to slowest shipment. Okay, let's do this again. Right click, duplicate, and let's call this delayed. Okay, let's figure out how we could do this. Well, we got a column that we determine whether or not a particular order was delayed. So we could go up here and filter this by yes. Okay, this gives us a count. Okay, and let's now count these rows. So we go up to transform, count rows over here, and it gave us 5 orders that were delayed. Again, let's create this to a table. Value is the column name. Press enter. Now let's add a custom column. Let's call this metric. And let's call this delayed orders. Let's click OK. Let's reorder it. Okay. Now, these are our KPIs here. They're all individual mini queries, and now we want to append them to this first mini query here. So we want to put all these mini queries over here that creates one single table for us, and it's called KPIs. So how do we do that? So we could go up to Home tab. We want to append queries. Okay. And now we have 3 or more tables that we want to append. So our first mini query is over here already. So what we want to do is we want to append these other mini queries to the bottom of this query right here. So we could go to double click all these, and now let's click OK. And let's see what I did here. Let's give me a second. So this is a good teaching point about appending queries. When you want to append a query, you want to make sure all the queries have the same column names. As you can see here, I must have misspelled a column name in one of these mini queries. So let's see which one it is. Fastest shipment, it's value, value, okay. So it must have been this query right here, the original one. I misspelled the word value. So let's go ahead and let's X out of this query. Let's delete this appended query. Let's come over here in the right in the query section and let's just click on that, and it did that. So let's rename this to the value. Press enter. Now let's go ahead and redo this and it'll work fine. So we want to append the queries. It's 3 or more tables. We want to double click on these mini queries. Let's click OK. And now it's correct. So that was a good teaching point. Remember, when you want to append queries, you want to make sure all your columns have the same column names spelled exactly the same way. Otherwise, what append queries does, as you could see, it added a column that shouldn't have been added in the first place because I misspelled that one particular column in one of the queries. So this, again, this is how you could use dates, how to calculate the difference between 2 days, and how that one calculation can create multiple KPIs for your analysis. And also, this was a good teaching point where we could create our own individual KPI table that we can now load back into Excel as a separate table, and we can do further analysis from that. Hopefully this tutorial was very helpful for you today in learning Power Query and learning the calculation of dates, difference between 2 dates, and how you could utilize that one calculation to create multiple KPIs for your analysis. Thank you for stopping by today. You have a great day. Remember to subscribe to my channel. And as always, please like and share this video. Thank you.